What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Welcome into the semi-final game against the Wellington Firebirds. Now, we did lose the toss. We have been sent into bat first, and I think it was actually at this venue last time around that we did, I think, lose one of our only games of the season to the Wellington Firebirds. So fingers crossed history will not repeat itself. Batting first is always tough. Since this new patch has come out, I feel as though I need like 70 to 80 runs, to be honest, to just have any kind of chance of defending a total somewhat. So fingers crossed we can get that. Chad has got us off to a perfect start with 2 boundaries, a 6 and then a 4, and then he's gone. And that is just bloody typical of the Canterbury Kings this season. Anytime things are starting to look good, bam, wicket, just like that. And there's Chad Bowers back in the hut after picking himself up a 6 and a 4 to get off the mark. Sorry, 6 to get off the mark and then followed up with a 4. Then he goes and gets himself out. So I don't want to say huge pressure on these guys, but oh my god, I didn't actually even notice a fielder out there. That has only just gone and cleared him. Bloody Leo Carter. First ball, he hasn't even gone. They haven't even recognised him, to be honest. But they've got a deep point out there now, so we're going to look to probably try and go a little bit straighter than we did on that last one, just due to the fact that, well, we really can't have that happening. And this game here, also potentially, now that I think about it, a potential swan song for Luke Ronke. Obviously, I think he announced... Oh, Luke Ronke. Why did you announce your retirement, son? You're still bloody sharp as anything behind the stumps. But, Luke Ronke, I think it was actually last week, and I think I may have talked about it already, but has announced his retirement from international cricket. Not sure if he is still going to be playing for the Firebirds in the domestic comp, but... obviously, since he has come over, he's only been... I think he's only really played for New Zealand recently. My God! What is up with us losing bloody wickets all the time? Peter Fulton, you're supposed to be sensible, and you've gone and bloody done that. To be honest, the ball was there to be hit. It was short, it was shit, and really just deserved to be put away. So, we've only had 7 balls. We've lost... I was going to say, keep that one down. Just don't want to get out. We've had, yeah, before that ball, we had 7 balls. We had 3 wickets, I think 3 boundaries. So it does all go into this game so far. So hopefully, I was going to say Dernbach finally goes and bowls one that isn't a short one that we can actually get underneath. Not miss time either. Short pitch bowling, I just seem to struggle. You know, I used to do really well with it. You know, going back maybe like a month or so, we're doing really good against... Oh, that's got to be pad. Bat then pad, surely. You can't give that out, umpire. What terrible service to Luke Ronke. He'll be spewing about that, the Firebirds captain. He'll be saying, give me some decent service. Give me some decent service. So not out was the verdict on, I was going to say Ellis, but Ellis was just on strike there. He gets off the mark with a single. Dernbach's bowled a very good over here. He's bowled it short, and it hasn't been able to be put away in the slightest. So he's only gone for 6. So far, he does have 1 ball left to go. So even a boundary here, even a 6 here, is not going to be the be-all and end-all. It must be set of the over. And that one there, pretty poor shot choice, to be honest. Should have really gone over cover. Will pick up 4, though, Henry Nicholls. And he has got a crucial role to play, you'd have to say, with obviously those early wickets going down. And we do have Luke Woodcock and Jeetan Patel left to come. So there is 2 overs of spin at the end that we can really go after. So I kind of want to make sure... we really want to make sure that we do have some wickets left in hand at the end of that. So we do now have a long on who has gone back. Deep point still there. And cover... Well, sorry, the cover has pushed back... the short cover has pushed back to just a standard cover. And that guy at deep point is really patrolling out there to try and get just something. But... yeah, now that I have remembered that we do obviously have those 2 overs of spin, I think we can really target those and try and make the most of them, really. I think possibly we could take 40 off those overs of spin, fingers crossed. So I think if we can get anywhere around, you know, where we are at the moment, I think is fairly good. Even if we get 15 off each over, get 30 runs, we're still going to be looking around a score of 60, which I think, you know, we should be able to defend. Oh my god, that's... I was going to say, how is that not out LBW? How is that not out LBW? That was an absolute cracker of a ball from Brent Arnell. And this is a great over from him again. Obviously, Dernbach did the same in the last one, and he has started off with a bloody hiss and a roar, we're going to have to take a few risks, try and smash ourselves a few boundaries, and that is exactly what Andy Ellis has gone and done there. So he's picked up, I believe, no, he did hit, I think, no, actually he might be off the mark with a 4. That might be his first 4 that he has hit. And again, another short pitch ball. This one here down the leg side, so it is going to be re-bowled. So that is a bonus for us, and we have had a change in the field. So that point, that deep point has come up, and there is now a short cover back in place. So, oh my god, and it's bloody worked a treat. You honestly would not read about that. What a catch by Stephen Murdoch in close. Man. Set the trap and I fell for it. Jeet Patel into the attack now. This is what I was talking about. There is obviously 2 overs left of spin to finish things off. So hopefully we can take advantage of that. We do still have Henry Nicholls in, which is good. And we've got Logan Van Beek coming in at number 7. I think he was the hero. Well, nearly the hero. He wasn't the hero. He didn't win the game for us, but he got us very close against the Firebirds last time we played against them. So he is still left to come. Nicholls is in, and he's playing Patel well. And this is what I'm talking about. We've already got 10 off the first 2 deliveries. So already really in at the driver's seat, it must be said at the moment. And that there, what a shot that is. Dissecting the 2 fielders out there on the leg side. Wouldn't have mattered because it has travelled all the way for a maximum. But 26 Nicholls, and hopefully he can pick us up our first 50 that we have scored. Obviously, Brownlee scored one... I think it was in the round, I think round 9 possibly, or even round 10. Brownlee scored the first 50 that we have seen all tournament. There is a deep cover back there now, so really over the leg side is where we want to be going, but it depends on where the bowling is, and that's why we have shuffled across our stumps just a little bit, and we have got all of that. 24 off this over so far, and that has put the Kings right back in the driver's seat. You know, I was happy to take 15 off it, but we have got quite a bit, and that is actually going to be a catch. So what a catch that is. I think that came off the bat onto the pad and somehow ballooned up to Michael Pollard. Nicholls goes for 34, very well made 34 off 11 runs, really took to Jeet Patel. And I guess something he can really savour from that over just a little bit is that 1 wicket that he did get. But apart from that, pretty expensive going for 24 runs. And 59... Oh my god. Van Beek, you're supposed to be the hero, son. You're supposed to be the hero, and you've gone and got yourself out to the spin twins. Bowled by Luke Woodcock, caught by Jeet Patel. And 6 wickets have fallen, would you believe? In such a short space of time, in only 25 deliveries, we have seen 6 wickets fallen. There's a shot by Matt Henry. It is going to fall short of the fielder. I was thinking about the 2, but we want to try and get Cam Fletcher, whose name still has not corrected. I don't know why. Want to try and get him on strike as much as possible for these last couple of deliveries. And, well, to be honest, we probably should have just kept Matt Henry on, because there's another one that's gone down. The 7th for the Kings in 27 balls, I think. Yeah, 27 balls, and we've lost 7 wickets. We do have 60 runs on the board, though. Oh my god, what the hell? I don't know if 60 is going to be enough, to be honest. We've gone out trying to slog everything. At this stage, we can still be bowled out. Cole McConchy coming in. Now, he's a better player than a bloody number 10 batsman. What is he doing down there? There we go. Beautiful. Off the hat-trick ball, plays that down the ground. Luke Woodcock, before that ball, 3 for 1. He's got 1 left to go. The field has changed. 64 is on the board. And it is going to be probably not a boundary to finish. The timing's okay. And I don't think it's going to get there. If it does, it's going to just trickle. So it gets there just. McConchy comes in, blazes 2 fours off his last 2 balls that he was facing. The Kings finish with 68. They lose 8 wickets in the space of 30 balls. So that was a bloody action-packed innings if I have ever seen one. And now we see Michael Paps and Pollard coming out to chase this run, well, to chase this victory, I guess you would say, needing 69 runs off 30 deliveries. We saw how easy we did it off the spinners. And we do have 2 of them in the side as well, I believe. No, we do just have the 1. We've got Peter Fulton, obviously. 2-meter Peter, who didn't do much with the bat today, so maybe he can do it with the ball. We'll have to wait and see. But this is a great start. Singles, and I say this all the time in the series, singles are honestly like maiden overs, wicket maiden overs. You know, they are just so good. They're so crucial. They just push that run rate up time and time again. Required run rate already up above 12. So really it is boundaries that are needed at this stage. Yeah, so even twos is going to push the run rate up to more than 2 a ball. So Matt Henry's doing a very good job here. Just taking the pace off the ball, bowling the cutters. Come on, get there, fielder. Get there, fielder. Keep it to 1. Keep it to 1. What fielding! What a bowling display this is from Matt Henry to start things off. Only 4 singles off it so far. 2 balls left to go. Even if these two, to be honest, go for boundaries, that is not going to be the worst result in the world. And there is one there. So we changed it up. I went for the cross seam. Didn't work for us. Papsy gets his first boundary of the innings. Still 61 off 25 needed. So you'd have to say that we are still in the driver's seat. Oh, and there's an edge. Take that, Cam Fletcher, please, before it hits the ground. I'm not 100% sure. No, it must have hit the ground. Did definitely take the edge, but it must have been bump ball. Still, though, great over. Just the 8 coming from it. As we can see, that required run rate is now 15. So anything, well, I mean, even 2s at the moment are all right. Dot balls are like bloody gold. They're just going to push that run rate up exponentially, it must be said. So we will just continue. The lead cutters are working really well for me. I'm going to just stick with them, especially with Jamison now, just a medium pacer. It's going to, well, it's taken even more pace off the ball, I guess you would say, from what he normally does bowl. Saying that though, Jamison is, I don't know how they messed it up in this game. Obviously the person who's created him hasn't done a very good job, because Jamison, first of all, doesn't have a man bun. Second of all, he's about 7 foot tall. Like, he's an absolute unit. And he bowls heat, not medium pace. So, I don't know where that went wrong, but it's working well for us here today. So, I'm not going to complain a whole lot about it. And I really don't know why Pollard and Paps aren't going for it. I don't know why they're not going for the bowling. They're just adding heaps of pressure on themselves and on the batters to come. The required run rate, if my maths are correct, will almost be up. Come on, get there, fielder. Tip it back. Nice. I was going to say the required run rate, if my maths is correct, will be getting up around that 18 runs and over, 3 a ball, which is what they've gone and got there. But 55 off 19 so far, and Pollard just has not been able to get going whatsoever. He has now got one away. That there is still a pretty good over. It has only gone for 10. And we're going to bring in... Now, you know what? We're going to use these two, and we're going to use Peter Fulton, how we've been using him all season, as the death specialist, the final over specialist, and hopefully that can work. Now, spin, well, I mean, Jeet Patel was taken to. Luke Woodcock was pretty good, to be fair. He did a very good job with the ball, obviously picking up those 3 wickets. So, it's going to be very interesting to see the approach that is taken here, and the runs that are hit off the, I guess, the hand of Cole McConchie. That's a good bit of fielding. That's going to keep it, I believe, just to the 3. But still, 7 coming off the over so far. And this is what I was a little bit worried about, that it could have been a bit dicey to use the spinner. And this is kind of just the opening that the Firebirds have been waiting for. Probably similar to me. They were waiting. They knew, obviously, that there were some spinners to come. And that is... in the circumstances, a pretty good ball, but the field just wasn't there. The fielder needed to be there to get, well, just to get anywhere close, I guess you would say. So things are starting to look a bit dicey, to be honest, after this over. It's gone for 19 so far. There's 1 ball left to go. Man, oh man. This has really swung the game, you'd have to say, probably... back in the Firebirds' favour. But we chuck in a bloody half-tracker, and Cam Fletcher has actually put it down. Would you believe? That was a tough chance. That bloody circle was moving all over the place, it must be said. But finishes with that. 16 required off the last two, 32 required off the last 2 overs. Required run rate of 16. So dots here are going to be crucial. Obviously, we've got Peter Fulton to come in last. Big 2-meter Peter, hopefully trying to get us into the final against either the Aces or the Stags. And this is a great start from Ed Nuttall. Great start. This is why I chose to use him now. You know, it gets to that stage as a captain, and I'm not sure if other captains have felt this. You know, you get to a stage in a game, especially a shorter format of the game, not so much in one-day cricket, but you know, 2020 and obviously if a 2020 game is shortened, it does get really hard because you get to a situation like this where you need, say, I mean the Firebirds needed 32 off 12. So you come up with the decision, you know, do you bowl that probably maybe more expensive guy in that first over? Obviously for us it would be Peter Fulton. Do we bowl Peter Fulton in this over? He goes for maybe 18, let's say, and then obviously it leaves Ed Nuttall just 10 to defend. You know, do you do that, or do you go with, say, the more experienced guy, the Ed Nuttall of the team, which is what we have chosen, obviously, and he goes for 12, which, you know, a bit unlucky. It's come off the last 3 balls of the over. However, what that does now is obviously it leaves Peter Fulton 20 runs to play with. So 20 off 6 is what is needed, and basically if we can get a dot ball here, or get a dot ball early, which is exactly what we've done, that means they now require 4 a ball. So anything less than a 4 is not going to work, and that there is going to make it very, very tough. It's now, I was going to say 6 a ball, but that's not correct. It's 2 6s, 2 4s. All the stick cricket mass is coming back to me now, and what an over this is from Peter Fulton. 2-meter Peter. Didn't do very well with the bat whatsoever. He is bringing it back with the ball here. He has bowled 3 very crucial dot balls in a row. Pollard has gone and taken him the 4th ball of the over, but it is too little too late, it must be said. And there is a 50 partnership coming up between these two, but 16 off 2 needed. So unless we have wides, no balls, sundries, extras, whatever you want to call them, this game is going to be done and dusted. That is, I was going to say, the fielder had a bit of a chance there for just a second. Then it must have picked up in the wind or something like that. But Peter Fulton, take a bow. You've done your job. You've only gone for 10. You had 4 dot balls in that over as well. And that has seen the Canterbury Kings make it to the final by 9 runs. We'll be taking on either the Aces or the Stags. I'll be looking to wrap this series up probably later on in the week. I think this video is coming out Monday. Henry Nicholls, your man of the match for his 34 off 11. Could have almost given it to Pollard for his 30 off 16 had he hung around for a little bit more. Or even Luke Woodcock, 3 for 9, which is pretty good considering after 4 balls he was 3 for 1. I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, remember to smash that thumbs up like button. If you are new, please do subscribe. Returning subscribers, please become a part of the notification squad. Hit the bell. Besides subscribe, you get notified when I go live. Try to make that all rhyme. It kind of worked. Until next time, ka kite anoa. See you soon.